Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. And welcome in our Thursday edition, our early edition. It's game day. We call it the A edition here of Talking Season. It's Arkansas UAB tonight, 6:30 p.m. War Memorial Stadium. It's the 2024 season kickoff, and a lot of anticipation, a lot of questions needing to be answered. Or not maybe all will be answered this evening, but just a few. But Arkansas will take on the UAPB Golden Lions tonight at 6:30. Now today, if you can get in and time permitting, we want you to give us your score predictions. We're going to take them. As I told you, Nick be the first one. Nick has already put in 55-6. I can only watch for about 30 minutes here at work. Y'all be safe driving down there, all right? Tommy Atkins says 63-3 Hogs win.
Yeah, that was Tommy that had that 60 piece.
Ooh,
I told you somebody
60
had,
piece.
hey, Tommy, I was talking about you before the show. I said
60 piece.
You know, Tommy might have a chance. If Bobby go on a vintage run tonight and he says, man, I'm here to let Arkansas know I'm back, it might be a 60 piece on this thing.
Yes. Come on down here, 2190 MLK Boulevard. Get you some of this good old Southern kitchen flavored food here at C-Max. You can get anything, po' boys, hamburgers. You can get chicken. You can get chicken wings. You can get fish tacos, mac and cheese. The corn. The corn is to die for. I'm just telling you. But you can get French fries. You can get it all here at C-Max, located at 2190 MLK Boulevard. Also, you can get up to the location at 7420 West Sunset Avenue. They do have a Thompson location on its way. And then in several weeks following that, we're going to have a Siloam location. So if you can't get to the location West Sunset or here at MLK, they've got two more opportunities for you to enjoy this amazing food, and it is just that good, just like they say. But Arkansas, who else we got coming in here? So right now we have Nick and Tommy Atkins. Nick 55-6. Tommy says 63-3. I don't think Arkansas put up 60. I think this team, if they could get comfortable and have about 35 or so up on the board by halftime.
Don't take my number. Don't take my number.
I think they're going to score 49. I still think 49-10
don't take my number. Y'all see how Pat tried to take my score now.
I don't think they're going to score 63. I just don't. I think you'll see a few jet sweeps. I think you might see a couple of deep balls. Also, question as we were riding in.
Who scores the first one?
Who scores the first Razorback touchdown of the season?
I got the running back, number 22.
You got Jaden Jackson, huh?
No, sir. Jaquindon.
Okay, JJ. Will it be a defensive touchdown? And will that be how they score?
Nah. Bobby is going to punch that thing in.
I wonder what they will do when they win. Do you think they take the football or do they put the defense on the field? Who takes the field first, offense or defense, to start the season?
Offense. I think they're gonna make a statement and say this. We're gonna stand on business, and this is what's gonna be our identity. I think last year our identity was defense, and I still think it will be a part of our identity. But I think with Bobby Petrino here, I think they really want us to be a team that can be a high-powered offense that can continuously put up points every drive, or at least have success in getting in that red zone and allow our kicker to get in there and get some points on the board.
Tommy Atkins says he thinks it's the quarterback. Nick says it's Tanya on a play-action deep ball.
Okay. Don't forget Broden, because I don't know who's going to guard Broden out there. I'm just going to be honest.
Okay.
They talking about the receivers 6'7"
are slow. Blazing speed, man. That's what I don't understand. What this guy had to have some type of heat going on with his mind when he made that type of statement.
Pat.
I mean,
when he made that tweet, he was on that
stuff. He had
to
have some heat exhaustion.
He was on that stuff.
Ooh-wee. Whatever he was on.
They juiced him up before practice.
That's what it was. He got knocked out, got the wrong kind of sniffing salt, and then got talking crazy.
They juiced him up before practice.
Yes. Chris Bailey, also.
Chris, what's happening?
Got some guys tuning in. New viewers is what we're starting to see, and we appreciate everything. Guys, tune in, chime in. We want to predict your score of tonight's game. The winner will be able to receive either a C-Mac and fries or fish and fries on Monday here at the location. We will be here Monday from 1 to 2, so you can come in and eat, and fellowship with us, and just kind of gloat a little bit, get recognized as the winner of our first A-game C-Mac prediction spinoff.
Yes, sir.
That's what we got.
I'm excited for today.
Who else we got? Donnie Cook. Donnie Cook says he thinks the quarterback is going to do great. Billy Harper, he chimes in with his, says, good morning, fellas. Razorbacks 59-6. All hogs, baby.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, would you drop your comments? I know you a Pine Bluff native. What you think them UAPB golden lines? I don't know if they nifty lines, golden lines.
Man, you know what I think?
What they gonna do?
That I don't think a lot of people are talking about. It's just how big of a day this is for the state of Arkansas.
It is. I think it's a new beginning.
Yes. To be able to have UAPB and Arkansas come together, I know they had a big event, I believe, at the governor's mansion or down at the Capitol yesterday with several alums from both areas, both schools fellowshipping. But this is just really, really big, and I think it's just huge today. It's just really huge. I think the nostalgia and just the ambiance of all of it will be even more appreciated once people get around the stadium and start tailgating. I know you and I have got some place to be at.
Yeah, I got a couple of little spots. Yeah. I think and this will be my first time actually tailgating in Little Rock. Usually we get down right before the game, and we have our show. But today we're gonna try to get down a little. Well, actually, usually it's a morning game as well.
Yeah.
Usually when we play at War Memorial, it's a 2:00 game. So I'm excited to get down there a little early and get to check out the atmosphere.
Cherokee Thielen, he chimes in today. He says Hogs 56-3. So Cherokee has put in his prediction for tonight's ball game. Everybody's pretty much predicting a pretty easy win.
Yeah, and Pat, that's why I say today this game should be a decisive. It should be very decisive. Should be a physical win. I expect our offensive line to go in here and dominate. I expect our defensive line to go in here and dominate. We've been saying that this was going to be the anchor of our team. We said that this would be Deke Adams put together a group of guys that would be the leaders of this team.
Right.
So I'm expecting them to go out there and have their way with this offense.
I definitely think that they will have their way. I think this team has gotten better in all facets from last season to this season.
He with Bobby, whatever Bobby wants, that's what we gonna get.
I think that's a sentiment throughout the state of Arkansas. A lot of people are riding with Bobby Petrino, but let's give credit to that defensive staff and that they were able to come back year two all intact with about 80% of the roster. And what they were able to do when you lose a linebackers like a Chris Paul and Jordan Crook and those guys that had been there for several years to the transfer portal and be able to get what they got in Sorian and Dix and Worth and those type of linebackers, Switzer, they hit. I mean, and I think they got even better than what was here prior. I know that may sound crazy, but that's my opinion. I think they got better at linebacker, and I think this may be one of the deepest linebacker rooms that Arkansas has had in quite some time. Yeah. And when I say quite some time, I mean quite some time.
And Pat, I think they got longer. I think when you look at what was the guy you just said, the guy that came from USF? No, the guy that came from USF last year, the linebacker.
You're talking about Georgia's linebacker?
No, I'm talking about Crook.
Okay, Crook, the one that left.
He was a shorter guy.
Yes.
He was a short linebacker. We had linebackers 6 foot. Now we got guys that are 6'3", 6'4", 6'2", and I think you're going to see a big difference in the linebacker play and what they're able to give us on the defensive side of the ball.
I definitely can understand that. And really, when you look at it, we talk about the strength of the defensive line, but the most experienced spot when you look at this whole entire defense is that secondary. There's a lot of people coming back in that back end that's going to help this football team. I think Cuddy and Jalen Braxton may be two of the best corner duos I've seen.
How many passing yards does UAPB get?
Less than 200.
That's too much.
Less than
That's
200.
too much. If they have 200 yards on Arkansas,
I think they're going to do a lot of damage when the third and fourth teamers guys
are
just in there. I don't think they're going to do much with the top 44
I don't want to
players.
see. I don't want to see more than 150 yards in the air.
That quarterback is pretty.
I don't care
if they get 150.
Because you're talking about if a SWAC team is putting up 200 yards at receiving, what do you think an SEC receiving core is going to do to you?
Tommy Atkins says Bobby Petrino is going to try to score every chance he gets the ball. I see why you picking that 60 piece.
I'm with you.
I see why you're picking that 60 piece.
It's a chance. I think Bobby come out here on a revenge tour.
I think you'll see a couple deep balls. I think you're going to see at least 7 to 10 deep balls throughout the ball game. I think you're going to see a lot of jet sweeps. And I think you'll see a lot of those seam routes to the tight end and backs out of the backfield in the flats. It's kind of how I would see Bobby approaching this football game. Showing enough to make Oklahoma State think about things, but still not showing everything that they have in their arsenal. And they've got weapons on top of weapons on top of weapons offensively.
Yeah, I just don't know who they're going to guard. I don't even know what defense they can try to run to stop the amount of weapons that we have.
Mr. Tommy Atkins says he gives them 125 passing yards.
I see it. Tommy,
that's
I'm with
Tommy.
you.
Hey, he's calling it 63 to 3. You know he's everything that Tommy predicts is going to be dominant.
Tommy,
everything.
I'm with you. I like that mindset because I think when you have the type of previous year, the last 2 years that Arkansas has, they have been almost the laughing stock of the SEC.
That's valid.
That's valid. I'm telling you now, if I have the opportunity to redeem myself, this is the year that you come out and you go mash the gas. You don't hold. No, I'm serious. You don't get embarrassed for the last 2 years and come out playing pity pat with somebody. I'm taking somebody's soul.
Billy Harper says, in the words of Pat, Traylon Green is going to get it. I like that.
I like that
too.
Let's get it.
Going to get it. I like that.
Let's get it.
I think Traylon will have a very successful game. I anticipate at minimum 3 touchdown passes, 1 run, and I think he'll count for 28. At least 4 scores in this football game, and then I think you're going to see Singletary get in. I think you might even see the true freshman, KJ Jackson, get in. I think it'll be good and beneficial for both of those guys to get some snaps and reps in tonight's ball game because football is football. It's a contact sport, so you never know when someone's going to go down. And my grandpa always said, and I've always lived on the belief, you're a play away in football. So I think it's going to be good to see number 15 and Singletary in the ball game as well. I think you'll see a lot of younger kids also getting reps.
You should. This is going to be the only game where they have the ability to make an error and it not have a lasting effect on the game where you know you have the talent to circum any mistakes that happen.
Right.
See, and that's again why I said the comment about, because you know I'm finna bring it back up, Hudson Clark and Metcalf. This is by far one of the only early games that you can have mental relapses on the back end of that ball where, hey, there's maybe not a receiver here that could take the top off. So even if he does happen to get behind the secondary, there's still the athletic ability to make the difference up. So, again, that was one of the reasons why I'm saying, man, TJ needs to get the reps today. This game doesn't make Hudson Clark better. Yes, I do agree that it gets the dust off of him. He gets the rust off of him. But, again, this needs to be a game where you do put your younger guys out there and allow them to make those mental mistakes that when it comes game time in critical moments like an Oklahoma State, which we know we're going to be in a critical moment.
Adversity is going to hit this team at some point, hopefully early in the year so they can get tested to see what they're made of. But I don't think you'll see Hudson or TJ pretty much after half. Really, I think in mid of the third quarter, I don't think you'll see those two. I think they'll start going with the younger
I can see that.
Group. I don't anticipate the first or second teamers, like I said, defensively or offensively, to play too much into that third quarter. I think they're going to have to get them out and get reps for even the younger guys, and you're starting to talk about the future. Maybe not so much this year, but the future going in. Just those reps, being able to play, being on the road, and just that routine of things and how you have to prepare. But I don't think this game is going to be close. I think this game is going to be over with at halftime. Hopefully, people, and I will say this, because I've heard so much of the crying about the Little Rock debate. Stay for the whole darn game, people. You only have one. You only have one game. You mean to tell me you can't stay there for that particular game? When you don't stay there, you have never will you ever see a top 25 game go to Little Rock. It's just those days will never happen. So the one game that you do get, embrace it. Fill up the stadium. This is a game, like I said, that's really monumental for the state of Arkansas. For HBCU to play the flagship school in your entire state, this is huge. I mean, this is a historical day for the state of Arkansas. So even if you're not a fan of Arkansas or UAPB, go fill up that stadium and support the event just as a whole. You don't have to have a dog in the fight. Not a dog in the fight, but show up. If you're not showing up, you can't really talk about any more games. I think they shouldn't play there in the first place.
Yeah, and, me and my buddy was at home talking about, why do they even play and does it take away from the program with them playing there? And, I hear a lot of people talk about how, if Arkansas never played in War Memorial, how half the fan base wouldn't be able to, partake of the Razorbacks. And I don't necessarily think that's true.
Right.
Yes, is it somewhat out of your way? Is there somewhat of an inconvenience? Yes, I 100% agree. But when I look at the totality of where Arkansas is amongst the 16 teams now, 14 previously, but 16 now.
Right.
That one game makes a huge difference, especially when Arkansas is already playing that game in Cowboy Stadium.
Right.
Those two games, although Arkansas does need that Texas game because we have so much influence in the recruiting area, I think that's a key play. So again, I'm not saying do away with the game, but we definitely have to figure out a medium, because if fans don't support this game, there is no reason to go down there, because it is a disadvantage from a university standpoint.
I just feel like Arkansas, like I said, I'm not a big fan of going down there. I don't understand what the benefit is for the University of Arkansas. You take away from your student section. You really take away from the college environment as a whole. Now, I know they're going to let kids take unofficial visits, but what really are they getting a feel for besides just how they prepare during the game, the walkthroughs and the sideline
and locker room? Can't see the facilities,
room.
Can't see the
campus. You don't really get a chance to feel anything. So, I just think you just need to keep more of your games on the campus. Heck, how can you be in school as a student and only get one game in the first month of being in school on your campus? Other schools are not going to be in that situation. I know Auburn, I think, plays their first 5 games in the confines of Jordan-Hare Stadium. So I think that's one of the things you got to balance, but playing in 2 different spots, I don't understand that right now.
I think they lose money.
Birmingham, Alabama cut that out. Jackson, Mississippi cut that out and went back to their original campuses. You just with the way it is now, and 16 teams, you can't lose recruiting weekends. No. You just cannot lose those weekends to get those kids on your campus.
Especially when you have major recruits that are already getting maxed out visits, and this is your one opportunity to make that impression on that one recruit that can change your university. And I think Arkansas doesn't have the ability to make those type of misses or those type of gambles to bring kids to War Memorial. Just think about this. A kid's going to take a trip to War Memorial, and then the week after that, he's going to Alabama.
Right.
You tell me. You tell me.
I understand that totally.
He go to Clemson the week after that.
Totally.
He goes to LSU the week after that.
Yes.
And after going to War Memorial, he's going to laugh. That's a high school stadium that they haven't renovated.
Has said, I told you TJ is starting by A&M. Aaron Ragg said after this Arkansas State game next year, we should be done with War Memorial dumpster fire. I think everybody, and if you talk to the coaches and players, they're not going to really
say it,
voice their dislike. I mean, you got to play the political side of things. You have to. I mean, let's just be honest. But I don't think they too much like that. I mean, why are they leaving their confines to go 2.5 hours or 2 hours, a little over 2 hours down the road to play a neutral site game? It's in the state, but it's a neutral site game in my opinion. But, hey, we're going to take a real quick break and just let you hear more of what some of the players had to say leading up to tonight. 6:30 kickoff. It's game day. It's on the hill. We'll be back.
Passionate fan base, so I'm just excited for that first, kickoff and hearing calling the Hogs.
I bet it feels like it's been forever, just waiting for this game to finally get here. And just your thoughts on, finally playing a different opponent, putting the helmet on, wearing, Arkansas across your chest for the first time. Just your thoughts on that finally getting here.
I'm extremely excited, to be live too, to run and to make people miss. But I'm also excited that I don't got to go against him, making my job harder than what I'm used to. But I'm glad every single day that I get to face Brad and this great defense that he makes. I mean, they make my job hard. They make us work for it. And that's why I always tell the defense we don't have any easy way out. And so that's what I like.
Thanks, fellas. Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Brad, we just had Landon on, and he sounded like the green dot on defense could be you and could be Jaden. Have you guys come to a decision on that?
I'm pretty sure Jaden Johnson for sure has it. They're deciding out of the linebackers who to have it. I'm not sure who's going to have it. It might be me. It might be Steven Dix. It might be or
So it could possibly move around during the course of a game? Yeah. Okay. Have you experimented with it, and what have you thought of it?
I had it a little bit in the spring, and it was pretty decent. It was something I was new to, so it was something that really helped the defense. And with the 15-second game clock, I feel like that's a big game changer for the defense. So,
in what way? In what way, Brad? That 15 seconds is a game changer.
Yeah.
But how is it a game changer? Like it helps the defense? Or?
And welcome back to C-Mac Southern Kitchen here located at 2190 MLK Boulevard. It's talking season. It's the A, our game day Thursday edition as Arkansas opens up their season tonight, 6:30 p.m. on ESPNU versus the UAPB Golden Lions. And a lot will be figured out. You'll kind of get an identity of what type of team Arkansas is going to be. But I can say this. I think the identity of this football team will be based on the offensive and defensive lines this year. Without question, I think these will be two of the most physical offensive and defensive lines in the SEC. Bar none, I stand on business. I think I said it August the 29th, so if I'm wrong, you can come back, listeners, and please tell me. But this is what I think. Arkansas is not the 2023 version. I mean, this is a different football team.
I hope not.
I know they're really excited to get out and show people just what type of team they've come up on.
I hope not.
And then I had a statement, and I figured this out. Because you hear this is the biggest cliche when you speak to a Razorback fan. We're going to win about 3 or 4. Well, Arkansas, I mean, everybody else has gotten better too.
They have.
But also, have we had some of those rosters like an Auburn or a Texas or a Ole Miss or Tennessee that was very underdeveloped with a talented roster? It's about how you hit in the transfer portal now more than anything. And Arkansas hit a home run in the transfer portal. When you look at their top 22, 12 transfers to 10 recruited on campus guys, that tells you. And then look at the positions those transfers are playing at: receiver, quarterback, running back, offensive tackle, center, linebacker, defensive back, defensive end. I mean, they didn't miss this year on any portal guy. You mean to tell me that you can't get better getting a starter from center spot, Tennessee, and safety, and they're not going to make you a better football team at Arkansas?
But, Pat, just because you get better,
I'm telling you, this is going to be a very good year for this football team.
I hope so.
Like I said, I've never seen Sam Pittman more relaxed.
In the words of Kodak, I hope so.
Than I've seen him in year 5. And like I said, when you talk to the coaches, there's not one of them worried about their job this year.
I hope so.
I mean, there's a different quiet confidence. I think you won't be able to tell. Arkansas's name won't start coming up till after next week.
Everybody confident is. Well,
I really
what
think
the AD say? Everybody's happy when it's 0-0.
I think this team will not start to get the word out on them until they come back from Stillwater.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think that's when they start their first top 25 opportunity, and there's 7 opportunities along the way.
Yup. And they're going to have to go out there and win that game. That can't be a close game.
Oh, that's going to be a close one.
No,
that's going to be a close one.
Just hear me out.
That's going to be a close one.
If it's a close game, people aren't going to give the Razorbacks the credit that they do deserve.
But I don't know why they wouldn't.
Because
that's the Arkansas fan base.
Exactly.
Which I think when you sit down and you look at this is the number 17 team with 18 starters back that's coming back for Oklahoma State. And if you go over there and you beat this team and you don't get credit, you're a damn terrible Arkansas Razorback fan and the biggest hate.
This is what's going to happen. If they do win,
you need to get out.
If they do win and they don't win definitively, they're going to say, "Well, that was a Big 12 team."
Well, I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to tell you, look in the camera, Razorback fans, it's going to be a close game. This is a top 25 legit, the Big 12 champion. They've been successful for over a 10-year period.
Yeah.
You're not playing a Sisters of the Blind. This is a very good team, Oklahoma State, that could get into the 12-team playoff.
And because Oklahoma State maybe doesn't have the brand of like a Texas or Oklahoma, people don't probably know they've probably been the most consistent team out of the Big 12 since the 2000s.
I would have to say them and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State
they have
probably been the two most consistent
programs in the last 20 years out of the Big 12.
Since Gundy took over.
Yes.
He's a man.
Oh, yeah.
He was 40.
Oh, yes, sir. You go back to them Justin Black, what was it, Blackburn days? You go back to the
yep.
And it was another the Dez Bryant's days. Man, that guy is a winner.
Aaron Ragg said they don't need to be playing the state championship games in Little Rock either. I double down on that too, my man. I think it should be at your flagship university.
Yep.
Wherever that is, that's where the game should be played.
Sound like Fayetteville to me, Pat.
I think that's where Aaron.
At least A-State.
Nick says y'all have safe travels there and back.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it.
And he said he's reminding us 55 to 6.
He wanted to make sure he got his prediction in, and we heard it before. That's his deuces. That's how he left the scene. I just wanted to let y'all know I'm right.
Who's the one person Arkansas can't lose tonight? Outside of Taylor and Green. Now, let's take him off the –
Petrino.
You're not going to lose Bobby.
Bobby Petrino.
What's the one player they can't lose?
Bobby Petrino. They can't lose Bobby Petrino or this Mike Olaf.
I'm going to say Landon Jackson.
Okay.
I'm going to say Landon Jackson, to me, may be the most important player on this football team. I think nobody can bring the pass rush and command the double teams that he does play to play. And he seems to be the one guy, if there's a few, and there could be a few, that you could put out for a 4-snap series, and he's going to go hard every play.
Well, I'll say him just off the leadership. I think when adversity comes, guys literally look at him to see how he responds. I think he has that type of influence on this team.
Right.
And then I just think when you're talking about scouting reports and how teams prepare for Arkansas, they go to see where Landon Jackson is.
Yes.
That's a guy that was on the All-American preseason list. So I think anytime you have those type of accolades, a defense recognizes who you are, and they literally scheme their offense around exiting you out the play. So, again, I'm with you. If they can – Landon Jackson probably will have to arguably be the most important defensive player.
Young man will be. He's finally living up to his 5-star status coming out of high school. Was one of the top 3 defensive Ian's coming out of high school in Pleasant Grove there in Texas. Went to LSU, got hurt, transferred here to Arkansas, and Deke Adams and him have just been a match made in heaven with he as the defensive line coach and Landon being able to be the edge rusher. He exemplifies everything that a Deke Adams defensive lineman does. And like I said, I can't say it enough about the job Coach Adams has done with that defensive line and how he's built that room in a 3-year period. I mean, those bodies look way different than what we were used to 5-6 years prior to Deke getting here.
And I want to see this speed that we've been talking about all summer, how we got these guys
the
running
track team
22 miles per hour, and we got guys clocking 75% of the team is over 20 miles per hour. I want to see this speed. I want to see this athleticism that I've been hearing all summer and all spring and all fall. And now it's here. So, again, I expect to see guys in shape. I don't want to see guys leaning over looking tired. I expect us to play.
With the depth, I don't think that's going to be. It's just going to be hot out there, though.
Okay.
It's going to be hot out there.
Okay.
Let's just hope we have enough water for people in the bleachers. You know, last year they had an issue.
Yeah. They got to fix that. See, but that's another reason why we can't have games at War Memorial.
Man, if you're going to throw an event. Be prepared to throw the event, people.
And of all events, it's a Razorback game. You know people are coming.
That you have a year to prepare for. I mean, it's your chance to show up and show out, Little Rock. We'll see what you got. But, hey, we're going to take a break and come back with our final segment. Get your picks in. Hey, if you want to win that burger or that fish plate Monday, make sure you get them into us. You got a few more minutes. It's on the Hill, and it's the A on Talking Season on on the Hill Media. We'll be back.
Here, just wearing the red and white, and I'm excited. Like I said, for this opportunity, I feel like it's really gonna hit me when we take off. On tomorrow on the bus ride, and just the nerves, and just the butterflies. But I feel like we've done a great job of preparation. So I feel like once we step on that field, it's go time. We got. I know a lot of people's counting us out, but everybody in this room, everybody in this facility believes in what we have, and that's what we're going to showcase on Thursday.
And Brad, just kind of based off what Taylor kind of just said, everybody counting you guys out. I mean, I know you want to ignore the media and try and lock in, but it has to seep in a little bit. Just how much motivation is there with, maybe some of the low expectations and the noise kind of around the program right now?
It's kind of like a fuel to us. I mean, it's my motivation for sure. And I hope the team also has that motivation of like being left out by the media and all that. So, going into the season, we're here to prove everybody wrong, and go hard.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Bob. All you.
Over, Royce.
And welcome back here to C-Mac Southern Kitchen on 2190 MLK Boulevard here in Fayetteville. For our last segment, if you need to get your picks in, get them in real quick. Demetrius and I are about to go over our picks for the week. And first up, of course, Alabama taking on Western Kentucky.
Hey, Pat, and we keeping score this year. Because you be trying to say you beat me every year, and you do not beat me in this score. And he get on here raving like he done beat me in the game prediction. So I
know where we going with that. We both taking Alabama. That's a cupcake game.
Yeah. I'm
the
going Roll
boy wins
Tide.
his debut as the Alabama Roll Tide head coach.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all hold pat to what he say, too.
Auburn hosting Alabama A&M. I'm taking the War Eagles. That's an obvious one.
I'm going SEC.
That's obvious. Florida.
Week 1 might be
hosting Miami in the Swamp.
Oh, Miami.
I'm taking the Hurricanes.
Miami.
The first notch in the end of the Billy Napier era starts to happen.
Hey, man.
Woo, got another one.
Hey, that's where Deion going to end up at.
Atlanta, Georgia, where the Bulldogs and the Clemson Tigers get together.
Oh, come on, man.
That's going to be a hell of a game.
Yeah,
I'm going to take Georgia. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs.
You know what? I'm gonna go against the grain because I don't want us picking out the same pick. So
I picked Georgia to go undefeated, so I got to pick.
This is my upset game right here. I'm gonna go Clemson. I think they find a way to get back in the national conversation and get the first game upset and get back in it.
So you gonna throw Georgia in a tailspin?
Dabo say he want to get back on the scene and show y'all he ain't out of there just yet.
Kentucky hosts Southern Miss. I'm going Wildcats.
Got to go SEC.
LSU will go out to Vegas and play the Trojans. Who we got?
Hey, man. Throw your L's up. LSU, baby. Bayou Bangers, baby.
I'll go with LSU. Close game. I think the quarterback does just enough. And defense, they just have one of the more elite offensive lines in college football, and they'll be able to run the football, and that'll be the difference in that game. But Ole Miss, Cupcake Furman, as they host them in Oxford.
Yeah. That's the Red Rebels and the Sharks and all them over there.
Mississippi State and Eastern Kentucky and Stankville.
That's the Mississippi State. Ring that cowbell. Ring that old cowbell.
Missouri. I think Missouri is.
Oh, my God. He picked drink. Hey, y'all.
Murray State. I hate to do it. But I'm going to take a loss.
Hey.
I'm going to go with Missouri in this one. I'm not going to just volunteer and give up losses. I'm not going to do that.
Didn't like drink was y'all would understand.
He's going to win that one. Funny. Missouri wins that one. Temple goes to Norman to take on the OU Sooners.
Oh, no. OU, this will be their one and maybe short-lived win streak, so I'm going to go OU.
All right. I got OU as well. South Carolina in Columbia, taking on Old Dominion.
Oh, no. South Carolina, I think they have a coming-out party, and I think they bring some attention to their program this year as well.
Okay, I'll take South Carolina. Tennessee hosts Chattanooga.
Tennessee, they'll get one of their few wins right here, and this is one of them, so I'm going to go Tennessee.
I'll go Tennessee as well. Texas hosts Colorado State. Beat down. Longhorns is going to be all in them.
Yeah, I think they bring out some hidden weapons that people didn't know about. Man. I know these running backs, they got two major running backs that had year-ending injuries, so I think they bring some other guys out and show them to the world.
Notre Dame goes to C-Stat to take on the Aggies. I'm going to take the Aggies.
You know, I got a cousin down
there. But
I
wouldn't be surprised if Notre Dame came out there with that win.
Nah, you got to stand on business now. Don't renege now.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Notre Dame in this one.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Irish.
Okay, so we both took an upset.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm going to go with the upset. The Irish
I'm going to stick with the 12th man, and I'm going to go Aggies.
And fourth and final, the last pick, Vanderbilt takes on Virginia Tech. I'm taking Virginia Tech in this.
Boy,
I've got to take the Hokies.
I don't know what they have.
Vanderbilt still got a ways to climb.
I would be lying if I told you I knew who and what the Hokies have, but just knowing that Vanderbilt doesn't have anything, I'm gonna go with the Hokies too.
Well, hey, that's gonna wrap it up. Hey, we'll come back and we'll review who won it over the weekend. Well, as soon as the game over, we will look at the final scores to see who won this meal on Monday. You can come down here when you win it. You can meet us here Monday, 1 to 2 p.m. We'll be down here. We get down here normally about 12:30. So if you want to come down, get your meal, sit down, and talk with us before the show, you are more than welcome. But, hey, we got to get out of here and head on down to take in and bring you all the coverage of Arkansas UAPB. From my producer, Demetrius, and myself, our sponsors, C-Mac Southern Kitchen here at MLK. 2190 MLK Boulevard, also 7420 West Sunset Avenue. I want to thank you guys. We'll be back next week, and we hope you will be here with us tomorrow night. If you're not doing anything, tune in to On the Hill Media. It's our YouTube channel as we bring live the number 2 and defending Fayetteville Bulldogs as they go on the road and open up their season versus the Cabot Panthers. Yes, that's going to do it. We got to get to Little Rock. Be sure and watch the game tonight, 6:30 ESPNU. It's On the Hill. It's talking season, and this has been the A on the Hill Media. You know what we say. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Hey, guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. Hey, guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media